You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the Artistic Director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello, welcome to another juicy episode of Unstoppable Actors. What I'm going to share with you today is one of my favourite things to teach actors, and it is all about how to stop self-sabotaging so you can actually achieve the success you imagine yourself experiencing within the acting industry. I tell you all the time on the intro to this podcast that an acting career is doable, and it really, really is. I have so many students who have gone on to get paid acting work in huge productions. And whilst that's inspiring for you, I do know that sometimes we can still have those beliefs in our heads that go, yeah, well, it's possible for other people, but there's still a niggly part of our brain that believes it's not possible for us. And so I want to help you uncover today how it is possible for you with some tangible exercises. So those niggly thoughts, that those mind monkeys, that mental tension, that might not even be in your conscious mind, they might be in your unconscious, how we can release those so you can stop self-sabotaging and you can actually start advancing your career forwards. Because if there's one thing I need you to know, it's that you could be the success story that inspires someone else. You have no idea how many people you are going to inspire and in what ways you're going to inspire them by you achieving your acting goals. And often we forget that we influence other people. When the mind monkeys and the mental tension are very, very loud, or even when they're running the show unconsciously, we often think about ourselves and we don't think about other people. Just as a quick reminder, today is the very last day that you can enroll in the Business of Acting Bootcamp 2025. If you want to go from doing student films and independent films and you want to start advancing your career quicker and you want to start getting into TV roles such as day player roles, guest lead roles, you want an agent, you want to get on the radar of the casting directors that you want to be auditioned by, then the Business of Acting Bootcamp is for you. It is an absolutely incredible course that will take you from where you are now to the next level in your acting career. I just want to read a brief message that one of the alumni of the Business of Acting Bootcamp left over on our Instagram page, and his name is Charles. And he said, "This is still the best bootcamp I've ever done. I'm still using the lessons today." He said, "I've been meaning to post on the Facebook group. I've come a long way in my career thanks to you and your inspiring lessons." And Charles actually managed to bypass an audition situation and get cast just off of his show reel in some paid acting work. And this was a massive boost for him. It was a big up level in his acting career. He'd been doing a lot of unpaid work prior to that. And then because of the lessons in the Business of Acting Bootcamp, he managed to get his first paid acting job without even auditioning. And then it's just built from there. And that's what I want for you. So if you want to join the Business of Acting Bootcamp, just go to the link underneath this episode, or type it into Google. It's bit.ly/biz of act bootcamp, biz spelt with a Z, and go and get your place. We have got a discount code available for you, and I've left that underneath this episode. It's in the description. So go and get your £100 off and go to bit.ly/biz of act bootcamp to go and get your place before enrolment closes this evening. So how are we going to stop self-sabotaging then? Well, let me break this down for you. We've got 3 points on the triangle for success. The first point is mindset, the second point is skill set, and the third point is action set. So you've got to have your mindset, skills, and the ability to take constant action flowing at all times and in place. And those are the 3 key points that will get you to achieve your acting goals. Now, if you have any one of those three things missing, your triangle simply does not flow, and you will start hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock when it comes to achieving your acting goals. Mindset is the very first point on the triangle for success, because that is the most important thing in all of this. This is the foundation. If you do not have a winning mindset, and I don't just mean consciously, I mean unconsciously as well. And in fact, unconsciously is more important, because the unconscious is what drives behavior, and it will decide whether you are proactive and take action on your acting goals or not. But if you don't have your mindset in check, it doesn't matter how skilled you are as an actor. It doesn't matter how much you know about marketing yourself as an actor. Your career simply won't happen. So we've really got to work on our mindset first. In the Business of Acting Bootcamp, the very first module is all about your mindset. It's called Uprooting the Crap. And there are 7 lessons in there that delve deep into your unconscious to find anything that's lurking in there that is blocking your ability to find the success that you want and to achieve your acting goals. So what I want to do now is I want to give you 2 things to consider. And these come from one of the lessons inside the Business of Acting Bootcamp, inside the mindset module, Uprooting the Crap. They come from the 3rd lesson actually, which is how are others influencing you? So what I would like you to do now is either say out loud or write down, if you can, if you're not driving or you're not busy, all of the negative things that anybody has said about your acting dreams, your acting goals, your desire to be a professional actor. So either say it out loud, write it down, every negative thing. You might be frightened of this because sometimes we go, oh, I actually don't want to confront the negative. I don't want to say it out loud, otherwise it seems real. But if we don't confront it and get it out of our unconscious, it will forever have a hold on us. So we've got to acknowledge this. We've got to look it square in the eyes and go, okay, these are all the negative things that somebody has said about my acting career, my dreams, my goals. When I was in year 9 at school, which would have made me about 14, as soon as people started finding out that I wanted to be a professional actress, they started mocking me. And I remember one person in particular saying, what do you want to be an actress for? You're too shy. That was a negative thing that someone said about me. So it's things like that I want you to start getting out, get them out of your unconscious, get them out of your conscious mind, because when they're not in there, they can't have a hold on you. When you've got that list down, I then want you to either write down or say out loud all of the positive things that people have said about your acting goals, dreams, or desires. This can come from anyone. It can come from your mum, your dad, any other family member. It can come from your best friend. It can come from your drama teacher, a director, whoever. It doesn't matter. The source of where it comes from does not matter. What matters is that you either say out loud and acknowledge or write down and acknowledge all of the positive things that people have said about your acting goals, dreams, and desires. Once you've got this down, or you've said it out loud, I now want you to acknowledge how you feel either saying these things out loud, these positive things, or how you feel reading these positive things out. Usually, most people feel more uplifted than they do with the negative list. And so one thing you need to know about stopping self-sabotage in its tracks is it's just as much about the mindset that you have as it is about getting in control of your emotions. So there are lots of exercises inside of the Business of Acting Bootcamp that are going to get you to train your mind to think like an A-list actor and to get you in control of your emotions so you believe and feel like you can achieve all of your goals, because once your mindset and your emotions are working together, your nervous system is on board. Your nervous system is the thing that takes you into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. When it's on board, it's in something called a parasympathetic state, which basically means you are relaxed. And when you're relaxed, you can take clear action on your acting goals, and you will achieve them much quicker than you do if you're constantly repeating those negative stories to yourself, or if your emotions are not on board with your acting career. So we've got to get the mind and the emotions working together. And this science behind this, I go into this in the Business of Acting Bootcamp. So I hope this has been useful for you. I hope you are seeing just how powerful small exercises like this are. And I want to end this episode with something that I find super inspiring, and I hope you'll find it inspiring too. And it's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, and the quote comes from Man in the Arena. And in this, he says, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better than them. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly." So if you want more lessons like this and you want to take what we've done in this episode further, please go and enroll in the Business of Acting Bootcamp. That link again is bit.ly/biz of act bootcamp, biz spelt with a Z. I've left the link underneath the episode for you, and the discount code is TVWork2025. We will be diving much deeper into your mindset first, getting you to think like an A-list actor so you stop blending in and you start standing out, and then we'll move on to all of the marketing things to get you on the radar of the casting directors you want calling you into the audition room. I hope you have found this episode useful. I hope what I've shared with you has landed and is inspiring you and uplifting you and empowering you, because you are more than capable of making an acting career happen. I want to remind you that you could be the success story that inspires someone else. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.